Long break and a long time off, so that's why we chose a really big map to make up for this next guide. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Berlin guide of the Flying Parkourists, representatives of the Tanki online English parkour community. My name is Arabian Noble and I have never had a greater pleasure than to be here with you. This might just be one of our greatest guides yet. So let's begin with simple things first. Among the whole map is an elaborate intricacy of ramps and buildings. Literally a parkourist's paradise. When you take this ramp, for example, it's got buildings all around it. The only thing you're required to do is line up the angle. A mine and a helping hammer can be just enough to propel you onto the building. A mine and a helper is enough to propel you onto pretty much any building or elevated point on this map. You could even multiply the helpers by 4. That works too. Evident by this following trick, in which I show you how we managed to put enough recoil into a team to throw our parkourist backwards onto a building. Notice how he used his thunder to damage himself, but then as he ran up to the mine and the team of 4, he equipped the repair beforehand, so that it would keep healing himself many times over as he went through the mine and the helper team of 4. In principle, it works both ways. You might end up tipping over as well and flying in the direction that you were driving, or end up going backwards like in the previous trick. It all depends on the timing of the shots made by your helpers, alright? Alright. Right around the middle of Berlin, there's a building that from hindsight looks too far from ramps, but what we did here, I thought was absolutely genius. Notice how we've constructed a pyramid there? 2 hammer hornets or 2 wasp hornets sitting on a dictator. In this case, the dictator was M0, but that's besides the point. The parkourist comes in from the lower ramp, ascends the building, and is launched into the air onto the building. Now, there's a building adjacent to that building, so if you can get 2 wasps up there, have them drop a mine each close to the next building, then switch positions. Each needs to run over the enemy mine and shoot at the same time. Believe me, that will be just enough to get you across and onto the next building. This ramp, situated in the ditch towards the middle of the map, is the perfect spot to get a couple of hammers, just enough to throw you onto the building in front of it. Give it a little push and go. Towards the corner of the map, there is a wall of cover next to a cluster of buildings, a perfect ledge for a setup of tanks to throw someone sky high. Try taking a dictator to set you going, and another one for good sake, just to provide that ledge ramp, and a guy parked against the ramp, all combined together to provide a spectacular push upwards. Timing is everything, and don't be afraid if it takes more try. Only at TFP we do everything the first try. Now, behind the gigantic center mansion in Berlin, there's a little runway leading up to a ledge which leads up to another building. So the same principle applies, putting a helper against the ledge to shoot up and a mine for extra power. Up to the middle of the mansion is a bit harder. You'll notice the angle of incline is a lot more difficult. So a twins under the parkourist and a dictator ramp should be enough with well-timed shots to send you up that steep incline onto the top of the building. This one's a little bit more difficult, but if you keep trying, I promise you, you'll get it. And that is it, lads. Always a huge thank you to all the love and support. We appreciate it. And TFP, we'll see you soon.